Good morning Year 4. Today we're going over page 148 and it's continuing with our learning of time graphs. So set B is quite similar to the day before. Question 4 asks you to draw a time graph to show the data in this table here. Now in set C, question 1 asks you to do that as well. So I'm actually going to go through, there we go. I'm going to go through set C, question 1. So William drove 105 kilometres in his car. The table shows how far he was through his journey at different times. So across here, I've got the time in minutes, so 0 minutes, 15 minutes, 30 minutes, 45 minutes. And then down the bottom here, I've got the distance that he had travelled in kilometres. So after 45 minutes, he had travelled 60 kilometres. At the end of his journey, which was a total of 105 kilometres, he had been driving for 75 minutes. Now the question asks me to draw a time graph to show the data in the table. So I'm going to use my exercise book for this. Now I need to figure out first how I'm going to plot on my axes. So if I have a look at this example here, for this one they've plotted it in 40s. Along here though on our x-axis they've plotted it in 30s. So looking at the data that I've got, I think I'm going to plot it in 10s. Because then I can get up to like 110 here and 80 here, and I'm going to have my time along my x-axis along the bottom and my distance travelled along the y-axis. So I've actually drawn my graph already. So check you can see that. So I've drawn my graph already. Now it's taken up most of my page, which is fine. But I just needed to make sure that when I've added my numbers, this is my y-axis, this is my x-axis, I've labelled down here my distance in kilometres. So this is the distance that he travelled, and I've gone up in 10s, 0 starting at the bottom there. So I need to now label my x-axis. So if that's the distance, then this is the time. And it's time in minutes, isn't it? So in brackets, I can put mins for minutes. Okay, so the first one I'm going to plot. So 0, 0, so nothing here. So the next one is time is 15 minutes. So if I come along my x-axis here, I know that 15 is between 10 and 20. And he travelled 20 kilometres. So this is where I'm going to use my ruler and the lines in my book to help me plot on my graph really carefully. So 15 minutes, 20 kilometres. So that is my first point. My second point is done the 15 one. 30, here we go. So 30, line my ruler up. 45 kilometres. So if I come up here, I can see that I've got 40 and 50. So 45 is going to be between those two numbers. Now the next distance, so the next time is 45 minutes. So that's going to be on this line in between 40 and 50. And they travelled 60 kilometres. So I'm going to follow my ruler really carefully, come up to 60 kilometres, work my way across, plot my point. Okay, then at the end, you could join your plotted points up. I hope that helps. The other questions are quite similar today to what you've had before. Let's have a quick look though at, can you see that? Let's have a quick look at this one though, just to check. So Siobhan sets off cycling to the shops at 9 AM. She gets there at 9:10 AM. The time graph on the right shows her speed over the journey. So how fast was Siobhan cycling at 9:07 AM? So we've got the time down the bottom here. So I'm going to work my way along the x-axis. So if this centre point here is 9:05, so we've got 9 o'clock, I'm guessing that'd be 9:01, 9:02, 9:03, 9:04, 9:05, and a 6 and a 7. So it's this point here, and I'm going to use my ruler to really, really carefully. Ooh, there we go. Find my way up to the red cross and along 10 miles per hour. So she was travelling at 10. Don't forget to put the miles per hour in as well. What speed was she cycling at 4 minutes before she arrived? So this is where some of these word problems try and trick us. So we might think straight away, oh, it's asking us how fast was she travelling after 4 minutes. So I might work my way this way to 9:04, but it isn't asking that. It's 4 minutes before she arrived. So it's 4 minutes before the end. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's this point here. Oh, goodness me, she was going fast. So then I would work my way up and across. I hope that helps. Let us know if you have any questions, and we're here to help.